Hi everybody. Yesterday I made black and white cookies for the first time. The classic cookie from New York City and the East Coast that is glazed with a vanilla glaze on one half and a chocolate glaze on the other. I've always wanted to try these, but just never had the chance to be there on the East Coast or in New York to have one. So when I saw that they were in Mark Bittman's cookbook, I was super excited to try and make them. They turned out really great. Everybody loves them and thinks they're super delicious and wants me to make them again. So I hope you enjoy watching the video. These are the ingredients for the black and white cookies. Got some cornstarch, flour, regular granulated sugar, plus some powdered sugar. That's going to be for the glaze. Baking powder, butter, milk, salt, vanilla extract, some applesauce to replace the eggs, some cocoa powder, that's also gonna go into the glaze, and some lemon zest. Here is the dry ingredients. There's some flour, cornstarch, salt, and some baking powder that I'm just gonna whisk together just to get it all evenly combined. Before adding it to the other ingredients. I've got my butter and sugar in the bowl of my electric mixer. I'm just going to cream those together until they're light and fluffy. I did decrease the sugar by 1/4 cup, just as a slight high altitude adjustment. So yeah, we'll beat those together until they're combined nicely, light and fluffy. All right, so we've creamed the butter and sugar together to get it nice and light and fluffy, and now I've added the applesauce, 3/4 cup of that, to replace the eggs. I'm gonna beat that in. So for that substitution, it's 1/4 cup of applesauce per egg. And this recipe called for 3 eggs, so I got 3/4 cup of applesauce. Just gonna beat that in real good, and then next I'm gonna add in the milk and the vanilla. This is what I've got after adding the milk and the vanilla extract. Then I'm supposed to gently fold in the flour mixture about a cup at a time using the rubber spatula. So I'm going to do that, and then with the last of the flour, I'm going to add the lemon zest. So I'm just supposed to mix it until it's just incorporated, so no over mixing on this one. So the recipe says to drop 2 tablespoons in mound, and then to use the spoon to kind of smooth them out into nice circles. So I'm trying to do that. And then I think they're supposed to bake for about 15-20 minutes at 375, which I did not increase. That's the temperature that's called for in the original recipe, because that's pretty high for a cookie, so I didn't really want to increase it more. So we'll see how they come out. These have been in the oven for about 13 minutes, and you can see some of them are browned around the edges, which is a definite sign that they are done. So I'm going to let these cool for a couple minutes on the sheet, and then put them in a cooling rack to cool completely before I glaze them. All right, so the cookies are all baked and enough of them have cooled off that we can start glazing them. So I made vanilla glaze and a chocolate glaze. The vanilla glaze is still a little runny, but I added a lot more powdered sugar to it. So I'm supposed to flip them over on the flat side and do vanilla glaze on half, and then this is gonna be a little messy here, chocolate glaze on the other half. So never made these before, heard about them, I've always wanted to try one, you know, but just have never had the chance to try an authentic one from New York or make them myself. So I think the vanilla glaze could probably be a little bit thicker, but honestly, I like put so much more powdered sugar into it than the recipe calls for that I think I'm just gonna let it be what it is, and they will still taste great. Now they're all frosted. I got a little bit better at the technique as I went, although some of them still ended up a little goofy. But we're gonna give them a taste now and see how they are. All right, so we are tasting them right now. How are you feeling about that cookie?
It's good.
It's good.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. Yeah, they were a little messy to make. You can see I put some wax paper down there to catch the drips. Vanilla glaze probably could have been a little thicker, but like I said, I put a lot of powdered sugar in it already. But anyway, they've got a nice soft interior, kind of a crispy edge to them, and the glaze is definitely the best part, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so I think they definitely worked out. Using applesauce to replace the egg worked great. They already had cornstarch in them too, which is another thing that you can use to replace eggs, so that probably helped also just keep them kind of at the consistency that they're supposed to be, thick, and help them hold together. So again, these are the classic black and white cookies from How to Bake Everything by Mark Bittman. I definitely recommend them, even though they were a little bit more work, a little bit more high maintenance of a cookie than I typically like to make. Thanks for watching.